The topic of the city discovered beneath the pyramids of Giza using radar waves has flooded social media with images and news. In short, a few days ago, a conference was held in Italy, where a group of researchers claimed to have discovered an entire city beneath the Pyramid of Khafra. They stated that they found massive columns directly under the pyramid, along with secret underground chambers buried kilometers deep. The truth is, from time to time, we hear similar claims. Various theories suggesting the existence of tunnels beneath the Giza Plateau or hidden chambers. The Sphinx and other similar sites have always been surrounded by theories like this, so this isn't the first time we've heard such claims. But this time, something is different. The topic has caused a huge stir, and the whole world is talking about it. So, what's the truth behind this discovery? Why is it making so much noise, and most importantly, is it even real? Welcome to Cronix. But before we begin, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos. On March 15th, 2025, 3 researchers held a press conference in Italy. They were the Italian Corrado Malanga from the University of Pisa and the Italian Armando May from the University of Naples. And the third researcher was the Italian physicist Filippo Biondi from the University of Strathclyde. They explained that they had been working on a project related to the Pyramid of Khafra for a while. To study the pyramid and its surrounding area, they used an advanced detection technology called synthetic aperture radar, commonly known as SAR. The idea behind this technology is that it allows researchers to study any object anywhere on Earth using satellites, without needing to be physically close to it. SAR is typically used for geographical terrain mapping, aerial imaging, and similar applications. Their research while staying in Italy, without traveling to Egypt, obtaining permits, or any official approvals. All they needed was access to a satellite that supports this technology. And they managed to do just that by utilizing a satellite system called Cosmos Skymed. This system consists of 4 satellites operated by the Italian space agency, ASI. Using these satellites, they directed radio waves toward the Pyramid of Khafra and analyzed the data. And that's where the big surprise came in. The research team announced that they had discovered 8 massive cylindrical columns located directly beneath the Pyramid of Khafra. Each of these columns is over 600 meters tall. That's the height of a 200-story building. To put that into perspective, the Pyramid of Khafra itself is only 140 meters tall, meaning these columns are 4 times its height. The researchers also claimed that these columns are evenly divided into 2 groups, each consisting of 4 columns. Beneath them lies a massive hollow chamber measuring approximately 80 cubic meters. Each column features a spiral structure wrapped around it, resembling a helical staircase, with an actual staircase leading down to the hidden chamber below. Additionally, they stated that this secret chamber and its columns are connected to a structure extending more than 2 kilometers underground. In addition to this, there is a network of massive tunnels connecting the 3 pyramids, along with a system of channels and waterways. Of course, as you're listening to this, just like everyone at the conference, many were left in shock and amazement. We're talking about a discovery that could completely alter our understanding of Egyptian history, opening the door to endless theories, like the one suggesting the pyramids are part of a mechanical system for generating energy rather than tombs, or that there are hidden chambers beneath the pyramids containing treasures and documents from ancient Egyptians. Another theory even proposes that a civilization existed before the ancient Egyptians, who built the massive underground structures, and the Egyptians came after them to continue the work. But before we get too excited or jump to conclusions, we need to pause and ask an important question. Are the claims made by these researchers solid? After all, everything is based on their findings. To put it simply, the study announced by the Italian researchers raises many questions. First of all, the results they presented at the conference still don't have a published research paper backing them up to this day. In fact, the study hasn't been published in any journal yet. This means that no specialists have reviewed or even seen the details of the research. What's even stranger is that when we look at the source where the images from the study were first shared, it turns out that it was posted on a Facebook profile of one of their colleagues. Yes, that's what actually happened. You can check the profile yourself. This whole situation lacks even the most basic standards of professionalism for scientific publication. Moreover, the universities the researchers are affiliated with haven't covered the study at all. If you visit the websites of the University of Pisa or the University of Strathclyde, you won't find any mention of the study, even though they cover less important topics. This means that even the universities they belong to aren't talking about it, despite being the most likely platforms to promote such a study. As for the methodology of the study, although the details have been kept hidden, the broad outlines they announced have raised objections from many researchers. The study primarily relies on using radar technology. As we mentioned earlier, the researchers claim that this technology, synthetic aperture radar (SAR), enabled them to detect columns and structures deep beneath the Pyramid of Khafre. However, the issue is that this technology can only penetrate the Earth's layers to a depth of a few tens of meters at most. Yet, they are claiming to have detected objects at depths of 600 meters and even 2 kilometers, which is completely illogical for this type of technology. Because of this, many researchers raised objections. Lawrence Connors, a professor at the University of Denver and an expert in geological radar technology, told the Daily Mail that the claims are highly questionable. He explained that radar pulses cannot penetrate the Earth's layers at such depths and described the claims as being exaggerated. What's even more surprising is that two of the researchers involved in this study, Corrado Malanga and Filippo Biondi, conducted a study in 2022 on the Pyramid of Khufu, which they published in the Remote Sensing Journal. In the abstract of that study, they explicitly stated that SAR waves are weak when trying to penetrate solid objects. So, how can they claim, just 3 years later, that they discovered the secret of the pyramids using the same technology? But it gets even more curious. Corrado Malanga, the lead researcher of this study, is a chemistry professor, but his personal beliefs strongly clash with the scientific research. For example, Malanga believes that aliens are abducting humans, and that extraterrestrials contributed to building many structures on Earth. He also supports theories about stargates where people supposedly travel to other galaxies, and is a proponent of hypnosis and other esoteric sciences. This isn't just speculation, he's written books discussing these ideas. Because of this, many researchers in the scientific community are cautious about Malanga's work. Now here's the big question. If the research on the Pyramid of Khafre is so questionable, why has it spread so widely? The answer can be summarized in 3 key points. First, when the team wanted to announce their findings, they held a press conference and invited journalists and media personnel from all over. Since these people are not specialists, they would report the information as it was told to them, which is exactly what the researchers needed. This is very different from inviting specialists who would have questioned the study and approached it differently. Second, despite the issues surrounding them, Corrado Malanga and Filippo Biondi have published legitimate research in the respected journal Remote Sensing, where they presented evidence of hidden chambers and passageways inside the pyramid. These are the same findings presented by the Zahi Hawass team from Cairo University in collaboration with researchers from Japan, Germany, Canada, France, and the United States under the Scan Pyramids project. We talked about this in an earlier episode titled Discovery of a Secret Passage Inside the Pyramid of Khufu. The point here is that these two researchers have solid work behind them, based on proper scientific methodology, which is why their voices are being heard right now. Finally, the reason this topic has gained so much attention is because many people refuse to accept that the pyramids are just tombs. A lot of people are eager to believe that the pyramids served other purposes, which is why this theory appealed to them. Most of the people spreading this information are not specialists, which has contributed to the buzz around the topic. Lastly, it's entirely possible that there are rooms or voids beneath the pyramids. Archaeologists themselves are not fully endorsing these claims. The main issue here is the exaggeration of the discovery's significance, along with the fact that the study hasn't been published in a reputable scientific journal. On top of that, even the universities involved seem to be ignoring the topic. Ultimately, we're not dismissing the study entirely, but any claim of such magnitude should be supported by irrefutable evidence. In the realm of hypotheses, anything is possible. Whether the pyramids were energy generators or built by people other than the ancient Egyptians, there's no problem with that, as long as the person making the claim provides solid proof. And as time passes, the truth will eventually surface. What seems valuable today might be free tomorrow, and we'll know the truth for certain. If the topic is worthy of a full episode, we'll definitely make one. That's all for now. For those who made it to the end, you're the best. Make sure to hit like before you leave so we can see how many of you made it through. Also, if you have any suggestions for episodes, drop them in the comments. Thanks and goodbye.